The idea that Kendrick Lamar had anything left to prove in 2025 might sound absurd to anyone even remotely familiar with hip-hop. By the time Not Like Us detonated across the cultural landscape earlier this year, Kendrick had already cemented himself as one of the genre's most formidable architects, an artist equally at home in radio rotation and Pulitzer Prize conversations. But what happened next pushed him into uncharted territory, even by his own lofty standards. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. Not Like Us wasn't just a diss track aimed at Drake. It was a phenomenon. A full-blown West Coast anthem weaponized with layered rage, bounce-heavy production from DJ Mustard, and a generational grudge that played out across verses. The song didn't just end a battle. It closed a chapter. It forced Drake into silence, dominated airwaves, and gave Kendrick the longest-running #1 of his career on Billboard's Rap Airplay chart, where it held strong for 17 weeks. That number stood as a towering personal best. Until now. Because here comes Luther. Released as a collaboration between Kendrick and SZA, his Top Dog Entertainment label mate and a genre-blending superstar in her own right, Luther wasn't designed as a battle cry or a diss. It was something else entirely, an ode, a celebration, a deeply emotional record that sounded like healing. It paid tribute to a fallen friend, wrapped in a buttery smooth hook from SZA and Kendrick at his most reflective. And yet, somehow, it's performing just as powerfully, if not more so, than the explosive Not Like Us. This week, Luther notches its 17th consecutive week at #1 on the Rap Airplay chart. That ties the record set by Not Like Us, which looked unshakable just months ago. If Luther holds on for just one more update, it will become Kendrick's first 18-week leader on the chart, his biggest radio hit ever. And that's not just a career milestone. It's a historical one. Because the Rap Airplay chart is an arena built around repetition, consistency, and mass appeal, the songs that dominate it for long stretches are often formulaic. But Kendrick has bent that formula to his will, not once, but twice in a single year, with 2 songs that couldn't be more different. Where Not Like Us is aggressive, street-certified, and filled with coded bars aimed at rivals, Luther is soulful, warm, and personal. The fact that both records are performing so well across formats speaks volumes about Kendrick's unmatched versatility. It also signals a new era in his career, one that transcends rap and leans into legacy. Right now, Luther is shaping up to be more than just a hot streak. It's looking like an all-timer. Already sitting pretty at 17 weeks in the top spot, the track is showing zero signs of slowing down. Radio programmers aren't tired of it, the public keeps requesting it, and streaming remains strong. Add to that the visual campaign from the Grand National Tour, where Kendrick and SZA perform Luther to sold-out stadiums with tens of thousands singing along, and it becomes clear that this isn't a moment, it's a movement. More impressively, Luther has now spent 33 weeks in total on the Rap Airplay chart. That's just 6 weeks shy of the 39-week run of Not Like Us. And barring a sudden collapse in spins or a last-minute surprise release from another heavyweight, Luther is positioned to overtake its predecessor. Even more astonishing is that Kendrick's other long-charting single, Love, featuring Zakari from his Damn album, managed 42 total weeks on the chart. Luther is now within striking distance of that number, too. If it surpasses both Love and Not Like Us, it won't just be Lamar's longest-running #1, it'll be his longest-charting single ever on Rap Airplay. That's the kind of dominance typically reserved for pop acts with global radio machines. Kendrick is achieving it with songs that dig into grief, memory, and community. But he's not doing it with Luther alone. This week's Rap Airplay chart is proof that Kendrick Lamar is in a league of his own. The chart, which only holds 25 positions, features Kendrick in 5 of them. That means 1 out of every 5 songs currently dominating rap radio in America has his name on it. At #2 sits Peekaboo, his gritty and infectious link-up with Los Angeles rapper AZ Chike. It's a song that celebrates South Central's rebirth and new generation of energy, draped in slick production and chaotic flows. AZ Chike's moment is amplified tenfold by Kendrick's presence, and radio has taken notice. At #6 is Squabble Up, a solo track that merges West Coast funk with Kendrick's flair for narrative-driven verses. It's not quite a single in the traditional sense, but like many of his recent songs, it found traction because fans kept requesting it and DJs kept spinning it. Then at number 10 is TV Off, featuring Lefty Gunplay, a brooding, drum-heavy cut that rides like a late-night confessional. Kendrick floats through the beat, and Gunplay's verse adds a raw edge that feels almost improvised. Together, they make a song that feels both polished and primal. And let's not forget Chains and Whips, a new addition to the chart this week, opening at number 24. It features the reassembled rap duo Clips, consisting of Pusha T and No Malice, marking the first time Kendrick has collaborated with the Virginia legends in over a decade. The track is aggressive, militant, and bold, pulling from the cold minimalism of Clips's Hell Hath No Fury era while allowing Kendrick to spit bars about historical trauma and industry betrayal. It sounds like a mission statement. When an artist occupies this much real estate on a national chart, it's not just dominance, it's saturation. It's market takeover. But in Kendrick's case, the saturation doesn't feel bloated or repetitive. Each of these songs has its own distinct identity, its own sonic palette, its own purpose. That's a rare thing in an era where artists often repackage the same sound to maintain chart presence. So what does this all mean? It means that Kendrick Lamar has mastered every dimension of the modern rap game. He can go viral. He can be political. He can make you dance. He can make you cry. And he can do all of that within the span of a single album cycle, without overextending, without watering down his message. When you zoom out, the numbers are almost too big to wrap your head around. 2 different #1 records that held the top spot for 17 weeks. 5 songs currently on the Rap Airplay chart. 1 track poised to become the longest charting single of his career. And all of this within 1 calendar year. It's easy to forget that Kendrick has only released a handful of albums in his career, and yet he's become the nucleus of hip-hop's present and future. The numbers, the artistry, the consistency, they all point to something beyond success. They point to an artist who no longer plays the game. He is the game. Luther isn't just another hit in Kendrick's catalog. It's the clearest indicator yet that his music no longer exists in cycles or trends. It moves on its own time. It connects with audiences through emotional truth, not manufactured buzz. It's bigger than charts and awards. And as it heads into what may be its 18th week at number 1, Luther feels less like a song and more like a monument, built on memory, crafted with love, and carried by a voice that refuses to fade. Later this summer, we'll see where it ultimately lands in the canon of Kendrick Lamar hits. But for now, the story continues to unfold, and Luther keeps playing, loud, proud, and absolutely unstoppable. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.